Sex and drugs. Now, this next story sounds like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie. An Atlanta man will spend the rest of his time behind bars in prison for killing his secret lover and then hiding his body in a closet. 11 Alive's Ryan Kruger breaks down the case, and it's all new on Up Late.
At their apartment in Midtown Atlanta, William Morgan and Brian Campbell lived together as a couple, but each of them were married men. Campbell's wife lived in Delaware, while Morgan was separated from his. On social media, 11 Alive viewers are reacting to this story with sickness and disgust. Prosecutors say what happened here was horrifying. The 37-year-old Morgan was unemployed and allegedly addicted to crystal meth, and he had done time in prison for aggravated assault and domestic violence. But in October of 2016, prosecutors say Campbell had had enough and planned to leave, and Morgan knew about it. These surveillance videos from inside their apartment building's elevator are the last known photos of the pair. On October 1st, 2016, Fulton County prosecutors say Morgan shot and killed his secret lover, wrapped him in plastic, lowered the temperature in their apartment to 45 degrees, and then lit a scented candle in hopes of covering up the smell. He then stole Campbell's high-end watches and electronics and hit the road. Campbell's wife tried for days to reach her husband and eventually called 911. Morgan was tracked down to Alabama, and after a short standoff with police, he was finally arrested and charged with murder. He was just convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
New tonight.